And all of you to do what you do, and those that own this committee has talked about his illustrious career, and I appreciate that. So I'm here to serve you. I'm just a regular person, and I want to see this.
Section 37. 37. Section.
Welcome.
Okay, good afternoon. And Chairman Hitchens, and to the rest of you, good afternoon, and still Happy New Year. Public Defenders Council, just please allow me to just thank you for all you have done for us in the last 2 years. It's made a big difference from the raises and the cost of living adjustment. Today, we have one issue that we want to raise. Last year, you gave us HB 1391. It was unparalleled. It was exceptional. It gave us funding equity with the prosecutors, and we're very grateful for that. And we thank Mr. Skandalakis for helping us along the way, too. But it was not funded. When you look, and I'm going to let Terry explain to you what happened with the funding, but we've done everything possible to keep using our salary savings, to keep paying up CPDs, because we did not want to go from that level of excitement to getting the legislation passed to say we don't have money. So I'll pass it on to Terry Rayford to just explain why we're here and what we're asking. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Okay, for the CPD starting salary was $107,636. Then the governor gave the $5,000 increase, which increased it to $112,636. And then with the passing of HB 911, we gave the CPDs 3%. That brought it to $116,015. Then with the passing of HB 1391, we brought their salary to $127,437. So we used some of the money from HB 911 that gave $996,000, and that brought it to the 116. But the difference between that is $1,156,925, and that's the difference. So we're asking for July and September, which is $289,231. Because we instituted the increase October, and we're asking for the funding for the remaining months from February to June, which is $482,052.
Any questions? Judge?
I'm surprised that, because I was told that it was funded under 23, and y'all didn't get the funding.
No, we did not. And when you look at that funding line, it gave $996, but it gave it for both CPDs, CPDs and public defenders. Mm-hmm. So we used 3% of that to kind of advance them to where they were, and we've been using our salary savings to pay since October 1.
Help me remember, was it in and then taken out? Like when it got to the Senate, maybe?
Yes.
Is that what happened?
Yes.
Okay. Was that right at the end of the session? Part of that back and forth?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, but we've been funding it with the little money we have, but now we're getting kind of broke.
I understand.
Yes.
Mr. Holcomb?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. What's the caseload, the average caseload that a public defender is carrying now?
It depends on, it varies. I just did an inquiry a few days ago, and it depends on what circuit. Some circuits are high, some are low, but it depends.
Can you give me a range?
So it's going
from
to
the
go
low to the high?
It's going to go from 124 to about 400, and some of those places where you have 400 is the places where we've not been able to find attorneys.
Holy cow. Okay, so for the low end of the spectrum, an attorney has a caseload of 124.
124.
And at the high end, over 400 cases.
But the 400 cases could be a mix of felonies and misdemeanors.
Okay.
So
That's still very, very heavy.
it's very
caseload.
high, and we're going to be meeting. I have just sent out an inquiry to 6 of the highest circuits. We're going to be meeting next week to look at what kind of creative approach we can use to bring it down. But the most issue is not funding. The issue is we still cannot find attorneys in some of those areas. And to that end, we have hired a recruitment person who's going to be using the mix of interns and provisional lawyers to go to those areas.
Okay.
So we'll be working on that.
What areas are most affected? Do you-
We have, where's Janice Springs? We have from Alapaha to, it's about 6 areas that are most affected. The rural Georgia. So
Okay.
we have to do something really creative starting next week to see if we can get interns and provisional lawyers to go there and probably increase the fees a little bit more.
Okay, so sounds like it's primarily a rural area, which is that just a function that there aren't a lot of lawyers, period, in those areas?
There are not a lot of lawyers, and there are not a lawyers who would like to go there, especially from what I hear when I talk to young people. They're not. So we have to be, when we have increased the fee schedule, I don't know if you know about our fee schedule. Our fee schedule has gone up about 60%. For juveniles, it's gone up maybe about 200%, because we've gone from 350 to, it was 350 when I came, now it's 1,500. And for the felonies, we've gone to 7,500 or even more because we pay some cost. So we're increasing. The more we increase, the more we're seeing some results in some places, but not as much as I would love to see. And that's still ruling from the effects of the Great Resignation. So,
Yeah.
so we're working on it. I can give you some more documents later on to give you specifics as to what we have.
Okay,
Okay,
all right, thank you.
you're welcome. Thank you.
Any further questions? Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Justice Boggs, you came in just at the right time. You're next. Georgia Supreme Court.